Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday the 1st of March, so pinch and a punch for the first day of the month, as they say over in Blighty here. Anyway, on that note, and no return I should add, on that note, let's look at these markets. What's news-wise today? Well, there's not a significant amount of news. There is the ISM manufacturing data coming out for the both Canada actually, and well, the ISM actually is the US one at 3 o'clock. So nothing leading into that. We've already seen the UK data out this morning. Well, no, haven't they got that at 9:30? Beg your pardon. It's me. It's a final date, a final manufacturing number, so it won't have so much significance in terms of we've already seen the flash numbers, which is where the markets generally move from, if they are going to move. Excuse me. So nothing there. We still do have this battle on against the Fed versus the bonds market, which is what the key focus. And basically, in a nutshell, the bonds are being sold off because they're expecting inflation and the interest rate increases. When bonds get sold, the yields increase. So if you look at you'll see yields increasing, and it's all the talk about the yields increasing. Only way for those yields to go down is buyers to come into the bond market. But there's a belief that the Feds are going to be pushed on inflation, and on that basis, increase interest rates, which makes those near-term bonds, those 10-year bonds even, lesser in value. Right, on that note then, so we've got a battle going on with this, which the effect of those low yields is pushing the strength of the dollar, and that's what we're seeing. So if you look through all these markets on a daily basis, you'll see some weak signals, these big bearish candles on Friday, for example. And the question is, well, where to today? Now, we do have some pivots in, which I'm always looking at, because we often see moves back to them quite sharply. There's a weekly pivot above there. I'll come down to the hourly. Here we go. See a little bit better, around about 21, 25, I think it is, somewhere in that region, just about where the 60-minute 200 is. Looking at the short term here, I mean, we've had that strong sell-off come through from Thursday, Friday, pitched up a little bit, retraced, and well, where to? If it breaks the trend line here, we could just see a sort of a soft break a bit earlier. So I'll be steady as we go this morning. We've got a daily and weekly pivot above that may just draw price back into it. And it's when and if it gets up to this area, I could be interested in seeing if we then get a short-term reversal in and look for the signs of weakness to sell into for the day. So at this stage, very much sitting on my hands first thing this morning. If it was to break these lows here, I do wonder if we'll just sort of get a sudden break and then a move back. So I'm just say a bit wary first thing, but really looking for signs of weakness on any sort of more significant retrace. In a nutshell, is as they say. Right. Anyway, moving on then. Looking at the pound. If we can get the pound daily, it'll be good. So pound daily, similar weak signals there late last week. We did find a bit of support, and it held pretty well, that daily 21. We've since Sunday here, we've pushed up a little bit again. Same old story. Just looking above the weekly pivot at 140, 16, 17 area may provide decent resistance for a continuation to that downside. So it doesn't matter which one of these markets you're looking at. I'll come right away down to the 60-minute here. Again, we could be drawing trend lines. Trend line here, we got the daily pivot and monthly pivot sitting below, and they could just that could mean the pound may just sell off a little bit quicker. The weekly pivot's above. If we just see this start to move quite early this morning, perhaps the monthly pivot could be on. It's not a long way away. It was at 39.11. Well, it's a big enough way away, isn't it, actually? So we're sitting about 70, so it's about 60 pips potential rollover there. So again, we'll be looking early stages of any weakness. Yen, well, the yen's just doing what the yen's doing. The dollar yen here, the dollar's continued to strength against the yen. We could just see this continue. Yes, we've got pivots below, and again, these could provide the same sort of draw and opportunity of support before we see a continuation of that bounce. I can't see where the monthly pivot is on there. It's so small at the moment. Okay, where's the monthly pivot? Monthly pivot's hiding unless it's in the same place as that weekly. Right, okay, that's the dollar yen. as I said before, it's quite untradeable for, well, I say untradeable, but very small moves on that. Aussie dollar very similar to the euro in terms of these reversal bars that we've seen 2 days down there on Thursday, Friday. Looks similar sort of picture here. Again, my preference would be to see if it gets back up to these weekly pivot levels, and then see how and if it rolls over. You can see at the moment it's battling away, and the short term would suggest, well, sell, and it may be we get the opportunity later, but our preference would be to see if it just can push that a little bit further up first. But if they all start selling, well, this is really good. I mean, look at that move down, very clean, barely a retrace. This is the biggest retrace we've seen so far in this move. Canadian dollar, same old. Look, two bullish bars here because it's US dollar, Canadian dollar. So US dollars, again, the same strength that we've seen in the euro and the Australian dollar, and well, again, it's similar picture. So basically, we're looking for the same thing across all of the markets. So just that sign of weakness coming through, maybe a little bit more sort of a bit of a move, a bit of dollar weakness first, and then see if the push comes in. What I am seeing is all the European stock markets are all up at the moment, so they're all pushing up. Let's have a look at what the S&Ps are doing here. I'm out to the dailies here, so again that's pushing up. Now that's ended up with that sort of little spinning top bar on Friday there, a bit indecisive. Look at that ugliness of those 4-hourly bars. No one really knew where it was going. It's a definitely one of those days where Friday was just one of those a full day of uncertainty, I'd say, sitting there. It's already through its weekly. It's got its daily and monthly pivots below. Maybe if we see a sell-off, they're the targets, and certainly could be. They're not far away, still in the range of Friday. A push up higher could signify, well, a bit more dollar selling, a bit more interest in the S&Ps. Right, looking at gold. Gold had a bad old day when I seem to remember on Friday. Same old picture here. It's a couple of strong sell-off days. Again, catching the bounce at the moment into its weekly pivot at this stage. Just looking, monthly pivot sits above there. So, but already putting a bit of a weaker signal here, and seeing pretty much the same through all the markets effectively versus the dollar. Looking at oil, we've got a big OPEC meeting this week, I believe. So, well, oil sold off into Friday, caught the bid overnight here, but I'm not a great truster in. Don't trust a lot in these sort of early moves here on the futures markets, but it is pushing up at the moment. As I said, I'll stand aside of that. It still looks like it's certainly for the upside, and if you're in the upside, congratulations. That's pretty much it there. We'll have a look at Bitcoin. I haven't even looked at Bitcoin this morning. What's happened over the weekend? Well, I need to look at two charts for that. I've shown you this one here. This is purely futures. Well, it's settled down over the weekend effectively. We're just looking at Saturday, Sunday there. Made another lower low there and a lower high on Sunday. Today, well, just like the rest of these markets at the moment, we're seeing a bit of a bounce, and it may be a short-term bounce, and just patience for me this morning across all these markets. Same old story. So on a day of very little news, and well, we'll just have to be patient, wait until we see the setups occur and take them. So I wish you a great day, and I will catch you in the morning. Bye for now. So there we go, that's that done.